And and my grandfather, like he and I hadn't been particularly close until after my grandmother passed. And the whole thing, and then smoking it as well, like I was like, so I started from start to finish this whole process. And when I finally put the finished project or finished hide in front of him at the kitchen table, it was just the two of us, and he sat there, and he wasn't really much of a talker with me, but he sat there and he touched the entire hide from one corner. He just rubbed it, and he would go all about it. And he sat there for almost 20 minutes with this hide, and I didn't say anything, and he didn't say anything. And then finally at the end, he just sat back and he looked at it and he said, "This is a really good hide." He's like, "Your grandma would be so proud of you. This is like your grandma's hide." And I was just like, "Woo." But it was like that beautiful piece of, like it was part of my grieving process. Like the whole summer, of working on this hide and like getting my frustrations out, because I wasn't just grieving the loss of my grandmother. I was grieving like disconnection from community. I was grieving, like my relationship with substance. And like I've stopped using that. Like after in 2016, I stopped partying. I was like, I'm going to do a traditional grieving for a year. And then after that, I was like, I'm not going to go back to it. But that's been a really big piece of healing for me, was working on this hide, and along the way, just asking questions of people that might have remembered. And I think also with my aunties, like a lot of them had also, we get caught up in our lives, right? Like we've got some of us that have kids and we have to take them to all these things, and people just kind of started to disconnect from it, but they also remember, and that's what I think my grandmother's words came through, is like, one day you're going to meet me. And that's what meeting her was working on this hide.